Clark has a new State Farm commercial, and we have major news coming out of the WNBA about this 2026 negotiation.
State Farm just unleashed a brand new ad, and this time they paired Caitlin Clark with none other than Chris Paul. A crossover nobody saw coming, but everybody is talking about. The spot is barely half a minute long, yet somehow the shockwaves are stretching miles beyond that. And while the internet is losing its mind over this little cameo moment, another bomb just dropped. New details about the WNBA CBA talks that basically expose how the league has been massaging those salary numbers for the public. We're diving into all of it. But before we unravel this whole mess, let me throw a question your way. Why do certain people melt down every time Caitlin Clark wins? Whether she's cashing in off the court or dominating on it. Is it envy? Is it fear? Something deeper? Tell me what you think in the comments. All right, court queens, let's get into the chaos. Because once again, Caitlin Clark is out here taking up permanent residence in people's minds, no rent required. If you love court queen breakdowns, like the video, and subscribe so you never miss a video from the channel.
Home, auto, State Farm agents are here for your questions.
Chris, you retiring?
Want to help with this question?
Allow me to assist.
Dad, are you retiring? Oh, puppy. What's your name, little guy?
Tell me, you retiring?
Oh, it's mascot Jake. So everyone says you're going to retire. Is it true? You can tell me.
Oh, is this metal?
Are you going to retire?
Roughly a day ago, State Farm dropped their freshest commercial. And like always, Chris Paul was front and center. CP3 has practically become the unofficial face of State Farm since way back in 2008. 17 years of Jake appearances, Cliff Paul memes, and iconic ads. At this point, the man and the brand are basically inseparable. But here's the twist. This spot wasn't really designed to celebrate Chris Paul. It was built around the giant question looming over his career. Is he finally retiring? CP3 is 40, on a one-year $3.6 million deal with the Clippers, and fans want answers. In the commercial, Jake is trying and failing to dodge questions about it. Chris Paul's own son is pressing him. And then suddenly, boom. Caitlin Clark strolls into the scene like a detective who already knows the truth and just wants him to confess. She looks him straight in the face like, "So, is it happening? Are you actually retiring?" And the way she delivers it? Playful, sharp, teasing, like she and CP3 have known each other forever. The internet went absolutely feral. One fan posted in all caps about how much they love Caitlin Clark x State Farm content. Another roasted CP3 entirely, saying people only cared because Caitlin showed up for 10 seconds. And honestly, they're not wrong. Because in a commercial about Chris Paul retiring, the spotlight somehow shifted directly onto Caitlin Clark. And this isn't her debut with State Farm. Not even close. State Farm signed her in October 2023, making her the first college athlete the company ever added to their elite roster. Think about that. They had Mahomes. They had Chris Paul. They had NFL and NBA powerhouses. But they chose a college guard from Iowa because her impact was that undeniable. Her first ads dropped in November 2023. One with Jenny Taft in a coffee shop, another with Jimmy Butler and Reggie Miller, where she literally teleports in to take a shot after someone says shoot. Caitlin has basically become one of State Farm's secret weapons. And this Chris Paul cameo just cemented it even more. What do you really feel about it? Share your thoughts in comments.
I need a break.
Time for a Big Ten game break. I'm Jenny Taft here with Hawkeye Caitlin Clark.
Excuse me, I just need a little help. Life's moving really fast. New job, new car, new apartment.
Oh, you don't need us. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm is there for you and can help with your insurance needs.
Oh, hey Jenny, I gotta get back to the game.
Oh, right. Let me just grab a latte to go.
Make that too.
Then earlier this year, State Farm decided to level up with what is arguably their most iconic Caitlin Clark campaign yet. The From the Logo commercial. It's centered around her signature move. Those ridiculous, arena-shaking three-pointers from the half-court logo. In the ad, Caitlin jokes, "Life would probably be easier if I could do everything from the logo." And Jake, being Jake, decides to take that literally. He paints giant State Farm logos all around her house so she can sort laundry, open jars, and handle daily tasks without ever leaving her shooting comfort zone. It was clever, funny, and honestly brilliant marketing.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L.
Bottom row.
From the logo.
State Farm with the assist.
This campaign wasn't just a cute idea. It ran during the NBA playoffs and all throughout the WNBA season, giving Caitlin Clark massive visibility on the biggest stages. And now, with this new Chris Paul retirement spot, State Farm is sending a crystal clear message. Caitlin Clark isn't just a cameo. She is a cornerstone of their marketing empire. She's sharing frames with a 21-year NBA legend. She's part of a brand lineup that has historically only featured male superstars. That alone tells you how valuable she is. But while she's stacking endorsement money and building partnerships most rookies dream about, there's an entirely different conversation happening behind the scenes. Are WNBA players actually being paid what they deserve? Or is the league playing games with the numbers? That brings us straight into the CBA storm.
The internet, I kind of missed reporting on it yesterday, so we're going to do a little catch-up time here, man. So it's that the WNBA offered a $1.1 million max, supermax. Is not what it seems, sources tell Front Office Sports. So from my understanding, I told them to immediately sign this. Now, that's before I read this article. Now, I read a little bit of it. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. We're gonna go over the majority of it right here in this video. But supposedly, there is like clause in this CBA negotiation. Basically, they have to meet certain criteria to make this $1.1 million.
Here's the quick catch-up if you haven't been tracking the chaos. The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement with the Players' Union is set to expire. The original deadline was October 31st, but they extended it to November 30th, 8 days from now. Earlier this week, headlines exploded saying the WNBA offered a new deal with a maximum salary over $1.1 million. Everyone was celebrating like players were finally about to hit millionaire status. Even I looked at that number and thought, wow, sign that right now. But then the real details leaked. And surprise, surprise, the math wasn't matching. Multiple insiders told Front Office Sports that the $1.1 million headline was extremely misleading. It wasn't a salary at all. It was the base salary plus revenue sharing plus bonuses plus incentives plus basically everything except lottery winnings. In reality, the true Supermax base salary offer for 2026 would sit at around $800,000 to $850,000. Still way higher than today's $249,000 Supermax, but nowhere near the million-dollar player narrative they pushed. To hit $1.1 million, a player would need $800, $850K base, championship bonus, MVP bonus, all WNBA bonuses, all-star bonuses, and revenue-sharing thresholds that, get this, have never been reached under the current CBA. Not once. Players saw that immediately for what it was, smoke and mirrors. Sophie Cunningham said it sounded nice, but once you dig in, it doesn't hold up. The union straight up called it lipstick on a pig. What the players want is simple. Tie their salaries to league revenue, the same way NBA players receive about 50% of basketball-related income. Right now, WNBA players reportedly get 9%. That's wild when you consider the league's growth. Record TV ratings, packed arenas, expansion teams selling for hundreds of millions, and sponsors lining up to spend big. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the largest driver of new revenue in league history, makes $86,000 in base salary next season. Her endorsements? Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, and more. That's millions. But the league salary? Pocket change compared to the value she brings. Nafisa Collier has spoken up about it. Others have too. The irony is unreal. Caitlin is being blamed for getting too much attention, while the league is simultaneously underpaying everyone, including her. She didn't create the system. She's just playing in it. And other leagues have smelled opportunity. Unrivaled launched a new format earlier this year. Project B, starting 2026, plans to offer seven-figure salaries across an international circuit. If the WNBA fumbles this negotiation, everything freezes. Expansion drafts. Free agency. The 2026 draft. Nobody wants a work stoppage, especially not when the league is finally trending mainstream. But the players aren't budging. They've been burned before with unreachable revenue targets. They won't accept that again. Meanwhile, the jealousy has been loud. Lexi Hull recently said other teams openly talk about the Fever in their locker rooms. Every arena feels like the Fever are the villains walking in. We've seen the pettiness. Cheryl Swoops trying to diminish Caitlyn's records. Diana Taurasi issuing warnings. Brianna Stewart setting ever-moving standards. Caitlyn never fires back. She just plays ball and respects the legends. But the haters don't stop. A fan online summed it up perfectly. Some of these WNBA fans are the most jealous, clueless fans ever. Caitlyn lives in their heads more than their favorite players do. And honestly, they're not lying. A 30-second State Farm commercial, where Caitlyn appears for maybe 10 seconds, sent people into orbit. These same people complain women's sports need more spotlight. But when a woman actually gets the spotlight, suddenly it's a problem. Make it make sense. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is playing great basketball, elevating the sport, securing the bag, partnering with the biggest brands in the world, and still managing to drive people wild by just existing. The WNBA needs to catch up. Their salary structure doesn't match their momentum. The players know it. The union knows it. The CBA deadline is in 8 days. We'll see how messy this gets. But while the league is wrestling with its future, Caitlin Clark is once again winning, on the court, off the court, and in every commercial break in between. If you are here, it's mean you are real court queen team. Subscribe and write done in the comments so we are finally united as a team.